Hey y'all, it's Megan. I'm back, finally. Finally got another phone to record some videos. It's used but new to me, and hopefully it'll do the trick. So, what I'm doing today is they're calling for a frost this week. A pretty deep frost, I think, 29 degrees one night. So, I'm gonna be going through today and doing our final harvest from, everything that's left from the little gardens and things. A lot of it we've already done away with, but I do still have some stuff. Waste not, want not, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna be picking a few things today. Got a few little pepper plants left here. Got some tiny little bell peppers on them. So I'm gonna be picking a few of them. Got some pretty tomato plants that are coming back. I'm sure that's a cherry tomato, if I had to guess. Got a little lettuce coming up there. Another pepper plant over there. Planted our collards here. They are loving this raised bed. I love collard greens, y'all. Got a few green beans left on the trellis. These are actually late green beans that we planted. They're half white runners. Just a taste comparison for us compared to the Kentucky Blue Wonders. These right here, the half white runners, we just want to try them. They don't hold a candle to those Kentucky Wonders. We really like the Kentucky Wonders. So I may pick these and just give them to my chickens, what little bits left, but they're really putting off. I mean, you can see there's definitely some beans hanging here, but that may be chicken food, because it won't be enough for me to can. So that's probably what I'll do with those, and we're gonna get to picking.
I'm trying to help.
That's a nice one. I've also, right beside my raised bed, I had a lot of dill in here this summer. Got a lot of volunteer dill that's come back up, so I'm gonna pick that too. This is a blackberry bush, and there's some more tomatoes. But I'm gonna pick this too, and I'm gonna hang that up in the house to dry. To have some dill over the winter.
There's blackberries on here.
There ain't no berries on it right now. But I was pretty excited about this, having some dill for the winter, because I love dill. It smells so good. Got some nice kale coming up here. So I'm excited to eat a little of that too. I love the cole crops. Well, I dropped that one. Where'd it go? Yes. We're gonna move these cows out. We're gonna take a break of picking and see if we can get these cows out of the goat pasture back into the cow pasture. No.
Don't put her in here yet.
What, Maggie? You need to watch out.
Yeah, we're fixing to find out just how good our cows are. I don't know if this will work or not. Come on. Come on.
Watch out, baby.
Come on. It may not. We may just put the feed on there and let them see if they'll gradually go on. If not, we'll have to put them in the pen over here on the other side.
Here comes Lovey.
Oh, I know Lovey's gonna follow me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Look at that.
Follow my out in here.
Where they at?
Oh, don't want to. No. Don't go on my face, Mom. I'll see.
Look, there ain't nothing in this bucket no more. It's in the trailer. Come on. I don't think they even know I pulled it out.
We put them over here. They've been up here in this garden next to the house. They've done a good job up there.
See, I will show you in a minute, but look, you know, they say you're not supposed to feed nightshades to cows
Or goats.
or goats. I turned them into this garden up here,
There you go.
and there's a ton of new tomatoes and stuff coming back up. They eat all around those tomatoes, which is a nightshade, and didn't bother anything.
They know. I think
They know.
Yeah.
They know what they can and can't eat. That's why, like, I've never worried about what a cow got fed, because they're not going to eat it if they're not supposed to have it. Come on, Lovey. Right, y'all's the one I need to get on.
Well, the goat's on the trailer. Well, y'all, we got one, the wild one, up on here. She's not very gentle. My little tame one here, that rope's not tied, just so you know, it's a hay rope, but she wouldn't go up on there. A lot of these cattle farmers don't like gentle cows for that reason. Star, we just run her up on there. She's a little skittish. Black Star, however, is not. She's gentle as they come. You can lay all over her, and she was not going up in that trailer. So I'm gonna stick a halter on her. She's not exactly halter broke, but I'm gonna stick a halter on her and see if we can't get her moved.
Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Star.
I believe she's grown since she was in here.
Yep.
She's about as big as Phil now.
Cows are moved. We're back out here in the garden at the house now. So we're gonna see if we got any sweet potatoes. Don't know if they've been in the ground quite long enough, so they're probably not gonna be huge. But I do want to show you this over here before we start digging anything. What me and Andy were talking about earlier. Y'all see all this green right here? Y'all, that is all tomatoes. All tomato plants that come back when we bush hog the others. And the cows and the goats have not touched them. Now they've done a number on these peas and things. There's my lovey dog, that's what we call him. Fat as a butterball, ain't you? Come here. It's my baby. It's my baby. Alright, so I'm gonna go up here. Andy's starting to dig these potatoes.
Yeah, main reason for letting these cows in here is now we can actually see where the base of each sweet potato vine is. We'll let them eat the leaves off of them. We got several through here. But we built this fence purposely for that. This butts up to that fence over there, so anything that's in that fence, we can open the gate up and let them come in here and graze it off.
So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. It helps us out. It helps the animals too. They get a nice treat off of it. Free food, kinda.
Kinda. It helps clean up the mess that we might let it all get into. Yeah, these potatoes hadn't been here quite as long as they should have been.
But gotta get them up
But
because
we got to get them up.
sweet potatoes, if frost bites your sweet potato vines, your sweet potatoes are done, right?
That's what I've always heard. I've never
So-
let mine go past frost to find out.
Yeah.
But we've always heard, all the old timers always said, if you ever let the sweet potato vines get frostbit, it does something to the potato itself. Whether that's true, I don't know, but I've never risked it.
Well,
Ain't much under that one. Boy, that first one had a good pile of it.
yeah, and these are decent size. I mean, they're not huge, but
You want that?
I can cook those.
Hey.
Now, we can't leave these laying in here because that will also, if this goat can figure out how to chew them up, he will eat them. So, as you can see, this is why we call him Lovey Dog, because
He's like a dog.
he's just like a dog.
All right, watch out, dog.
The kids named him Lovey, if you wonder where that name came from. Hey, look over here. There's somebody hiding in the beans.
That's our new pet.
Yeah, that's a new addition to the farm, as long as she'll stick around.
So far, she stays loose all the time, and she doesn't offer to go anywhere. So I hope that don't change.
Lovey, don't go out the gate. Come here. Lovey. Come back over here. Come on.
It'll take a while.
There wasn't none of that one?
Huh?
That one just had a few?
Yep, just had one good size one and one little one. Those out there ought to be the best. But
Oh, look at them little babies.
there's a decent one. There's another one.
Yeah.
That's all though.
These were planted, what, a month after those,
Oh, there's one.
the ones that they saw us get up.
Yeah, these were planted way late.
Uh-oh.
Them things are everywhere. They've always been all in this garden.
That's what turns into Japanese beetles or something, ain't it?
That's it. Make a good chicken treat.
Speaking of chickens, I'll update you on my chicken situation while Andy's digging these. So, you know, I told you in the live video that we did that some changes were coming. Well, y'all, I've sold most of my laying hens. I've got rid of them. I started crunching some numbers, you know, and listening to some of those folks up there. This is not a retirement home for chickens. And my chickens, well, first I only thought we had 50. When I started getting rid of them, I realized I had about 65 and I was only getting 24 eggs a day. Now, when you start crunching the numbers and doing the math, y'all, they weren't even paying for the feed that we were feeding them. We were losing money selling eggs, and we just, financially, that's not a very good financial choice, especially going into winter when times get a little harder, especially with Andy and his job. He's a landscaper. Not a ton of landscaping jobs to do during the winter. Farming itself, you know, we don't have a lot to sell during the winter, so we had to like look at our finances to see what needed to go, and the hens had to go. So we kept enough that we'll have enough eggs to get us through, maybe a dozen to sell here or there. But we went from 65 to
About 10. now.
about 10. So
But what is it? 6 of those 10 are just starting to lay.
Yeah.
Some that you hatched.
yeah, they just started laying maybe a month ago. So hopefully they'll get us through the winter. Lovey, don't go out that gate. Tiger, what are you doing? Tiger.
I don't believe this has got anything under it. It don't look right. Oh, that never made anything. Look at the earthworms in there. There's one, there's one, there's one.
So
It's always a good sign.
Yep. And we're leaving these rottening eggplants or any other rottening fruit out here. You know, it's not hurting anything. maybe one day we can replace our weed seeds with what we want seeds. So we just leave them in here. Are you sure there was a plant there?
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be one there either because after I planted them, both of those right there kind of got so big they shaded those sweet potatoes out. So now we got to find the rest of them.
And we've got this cattle panel right here because we have some of our cold crops land over here too. So trying to keep the cows and the goats out of those, but
These didn't do quite as good.
yeah, those ain't as pretty as what I got on the other side over there.
That dirt right there dries out so fast. And we just really haven't had any rain. Not much to speak of.
Well, except for that hurricane.
Well, that hurricane come through and then it dried right back up. And we had about 6/10 the other day. And the ground's actually finally a little bit damp from that. But even right now, it looks like we don't have any rain in the forecast for the next 10 days. It's been one of the strangest, the whole daggone year has been just the strangest year weather-wise I've ever seen. Normally right now, it tends to be a little bit on the wet side. And it's getting cold early. We're running
A week
probably
or two.
good 2 weeks
Yeah.
early on frost, and we're supposed to have a frost next week. And I mean, it's not just going to be a frost; it's going to be a freeze. And just out of the blue, I mean, it's turned cold.
Welcome to North Carolina.
That's what they say. I don't know. I ain't never seen much weather like what we've had this year. I know years are different from year to year, but y'all, it's real rocky out here on this end.
We grow rocks here too. I don't know if I've ever told you that in any videos, but we also grow rocks.
I believe that's all that's under that one.
Just that one.
If they don't get much better, I ain't even gonna dig them. We got plenty. There's a rock.
Y'all, we could pick up rocks out here for days, and it would still be just as many out here. Is that right?
Yeah, it's so dang rocky. I can't dig that sweet potato right there.
There's one.
That's the one I was after.
Those don't look too bad. I think it's a good eating size.
Well, that first potato had like 10 potatoes under it. Every one since then. And then that
We're out
one.
here at the hillside garden over here next to the pigs. Garden was okay. We come to the conclusion we don't think it had enough sunlight out here, because as you can see, it's not even 5 o'clock yet and it's in the shade. But it did okay, so we're gonna pick what few little pumpkins we do have out here, and
We done picked most of them.
well, we've picked several. Butternut
But
squash.
we got a few that I noticed that done
Yeah.
turned since, and we're gonna pick those. If they're any good. It's a shame though that we've got a freeze coming, because show them in here. Look at these pretty Cherokee tans that are growing. Right there, I mean that one's beautiful. And right there's another nice one.
But it's like the pumpkins took a second.
They took a second growth. They took forever to start making pumpkins. And I was worried we weren't gonna have a first pumpkin on them. And then all of a sudden when they started making pumpkins, they started making pumpkins.
Daddy, in this one.
And that one. There's a little butternut squash growing. But we got several butternuts out here. This one,
That one's pretty.
yeah, that one's definitely pretty because the vines did. I think I just messed it up though.
Oh.
I've heard that you're supposed to leave a stem on them if you want them to keep
and you just broke
overwintering.
it up.
And it just broke off.
So, and Daddy broke it. What's this?
Bugs or something's done eat on that.
Daddy,
We had a terrible time with squash bugs out here too, just like we did everywhere else.
See, I mean, they're supposed to be a whole lot bigger than that. I think.
We don't know much about pumpkins. We'll just tell you that.
Well, we've never had good luck growing pumpkins. because squash bugs and everything else get on so bad. That one's no good. It's rotten.
There you go, piggies.
Pigs will like it.
Yeah. That's one thing that has been nice, that since we, with our struggle out here, walked right into it. But with our struggle out here, I mean, the pigs benefit from it. They claim pumpkin seeds actually worm pigs. I mean, who knows, but the pigs enjoy eating them, so. Well, why don't you go feed her, honey?
Black kitty.
Go feed her, Maggie. Tiger, stay in there. This little cat right here is our old cat. We've had her since we've been married.
Her name's Black Kitty.
And she hangs out down here with the pigs, so.
It's Daddy's cat.
So y'all, we know, you know, we have like probably 4 or 5 different varieties of pumpkins planted out here. And we only got one fairy tale pumpkin. And it ended up having a bad spot in it. And we've got several of these little Cherokee tans though. We've got some pretty ones up there on the porch. But I really wish that we wasn't gonna get a frost because those down there look good. But anyways, the jack-o'-lantern type pumpkins that we planted out here, I don't know what happened to them. I never seen the first pumpkin that looked like a jack-o'-lantern. And then we had one of the Big Mac's giant pumpkins, and it actually made a good pumpkin. But then it died and rotted. So I guess this is going to be about it out here. I didn't expect a whole lot out. Well, that one had done broke off anyways. I didn't expect a whole lot out here, but what we're going to do, I have no idea if this will work. We're going to go ahead and pick them green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggie's feeding the cat.
We're going to go ahead and pick these things green and store them that way and see if they end up changing. Either way, they're going to get lost anyway, so it don't really matter. But
And
we're
they're
going to
gonna
try
die
and
if we
see.
don't. They're gonna die if we don't.
That's right. They're going to die if we don't. And they're going to die if we do. So, I mean, that one's done turned enough that it may actually finish turning. I don't know.
This one's bearing.
One up here. Oh, there's several up here. There you go.
You've got pumpkin all over you, pig.
Pumpkin pigs.
You would think we didn't have a long enough growing season for a pumpkin around here. These things have been growing. They were some of the first things we planted this year.
Oh yeah.
Take those to the commode and put them in the back, Jacob, and then you take these. Yeah. That may be one of them fairy tale pumpkins.
They're shaped a little.
Because it's shaped a little bit different. Now that I see it, I'm looking at it again, I believe that is one of them fairy tale pumpkins. That's why it looks like it. That one is too. Man, I really wish those had time to make something.
What are they?
Dang. It's a fairy tale pumpkin. Look right here. There's more. They're all in there.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that one's green there, because that pumpkin there is supposed to get bigger than that. So we might as well just leave it alone. But we'll keep those other ones and see what they do. We did pick a couple Kershaws out here. They made pretty good. The gourds didn't do much. I've never had a gourd do bad. And these gourds done bad out here. It may have just been the type of gourd they were. I don't know. But heck, usually a gourd, you just does its thing and you don't have no disease, no bugs or anything with it. But those had something going on with them.
Wonder what happened.
We got a little bit of basil left up here. That's going in the house too. It's about on its last leg anyway. This is some of the biggest basil I've ever had. It looks like a tree at the bottom of it.
Yeah, we planted this from seed too, didn't we?
Yep. Literally the prettiest basil I've ever had.
Right here in the flower beds.
Yep.
Yep. Maggie, we're out here at the front
I won't keep a
yard.
ton of it because I don't cook with it a lot unless I'm cooking Italian dishes. So
We're out here at the front yard.
I'll hang this up in the house and let it dry. And stick it in a jar
We're
just to
gonna
have through the
to
winter.
smell a bit.
Then I don't know if frost hurts parsley or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick some of my parsley. We planted this from seed too, and it's really
pretty.
yeah, it's beautiful. And now I do cook with parsley quite a bit, so y'all let me know in the comments because I really don't know if frost. I can't remember. I had it last year, and the chickens got out here in the bed and like ate it, so I don't know if the frost would have killed it or not. This thing right here does the trick, cutting herbs.
I know it does. It works good on everything. Any type of stuff like that. It picks. Something's been eating on it. Or have you picked it?
No, I think a deer's been out here or something. Boy, it smells good.
All I smell is that basil.
Alright,
That'd be a good little bundle to hang up.
get a little bit more of this long stuff. Yep. Alright, there's a bundle of that. You think I should pick that sage?
No, that sage will be fine.
So what I've got out here, and this is just my flower bed, and we're trying to slowly turn our landscape into like usable stuff. So these flowers come back every year that I've got right there, but
Yeah,
I
that one.
planted my herbs this year. Here, the sage, this is yarrow.
And that stuff's going to end up taking that bed over.
Yeah, the yarrow, just to forewarn you, it like takes over. And then some parsley. And we planted some other stuff here, but it didn't come up. I planted some chamomile and stuff out here, but it never did anything. I've got rosemary planted over in another bed. But the rosemary is pretty hardy. I had rosemary all winter last winter, so I thought.
Yep, right there's the rosemary bush. It's getting ready to get crowded out by the fig tree. Is that all the basil?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We are. Hang on.
So we got a few more.
We got two more things here.
Yeah.
These are some sweet potato slips I just stuck in this pot that looked great up until recently. I don't know. I don't got much hope for that.
Daddy,
And then,
this sounds like
no, that's a potato. These are cucumbers that we put in this pot that we thought we might have some late cucumbers, but they're under this tree here. I don't think they ever got enough sun. They do have some little cucumbers on them though. I seen one.
Yeah, I see it.
Right there's a little one.
Yep.
I mean, so if they'd have had enough time, they'd have probably made something, but that's not, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them out because it's gonna frost, so there's no use in it. But this potato is what I want to pull up. This potato come up on its own. Apparently there was a potato in this dirt and it made this big, beautiful, giant potato plant, so I want to see what's in there. Look at that!
look at
Holy
that.
cow!
Look at that.
That's a nice one.
Look! Well, I wasn't expecting that at all, y'all.
It's white potato.
I
Maggie,
was not expecting that at all.
Maggie, look. Mashed potato.
Mashed potatoes. That is a pretty potato.
Well, ain't that something? That's what you call free food right there, because we didn't plant that.
No.
And that title's what I call fast food.
Fast food. I believe that's all of them.
I'm a digging machine. Being down to tigers.
Well, that's pretty cool.
What was there? What was that?
There was a piece out of that bush.
I was not.
Let's see what's under these plants.
expecting that.
Like I said, don't have much hope for this either.
Yeah, because these ain't been in there long anyway.
These were planted at the same time as those out there. And I may have been wrong. Look at there.
Keep on digging.
Look at there. There's a couple potatoes under there.
I found something.
Yep, there's another one.
Dad, you're not gonna find nothing like that. I don't know.
That may be all.
Yeah, that's all. There's some.
I think that's it, Maggie.
See how much? See how much it is?
Yeah.
Throw it all in there. Just throw it over the garden fence. You won't get shocked over there. So y'all was just talking about changing our landscape up a little bit. This is just a sneak peek of what all's going in. It's gonna be some edible plants going into our landscape instead of bushes you can't eat.
And y'all, this is coming from a landscaper. So
Somebody who makes his living by putting in bushes.
All right, y'all. So this right here was our last harvest of the summer crop, I guess you'd say. So got some nice bell peppers, actually. It's like the peppers always want to take off like when it's time for them to quit. A few pumpkins, a couple of ugly gourds over there, herbs, and sweet potatoes.
And some broom corn
And some broom corn.
that we don't know what we're gonna do with.
I'm gonna hang that up. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty.
But, I mean, I feel like we got a nice little harvest, and this is stuff that, I mean, literally this stuff that we've harvested today has been things that we haven't had to work at, I think we should say, right?
Pretty much.
We just kind of went, you know, some of the random stuff that we planted kind of late in the season. So we're pretty tickled with the last summer harvest here before the first frost comes around. Guess what's exciting about the first frost, though, to me anyway, is whether you know it or not, your greens are so much sweeter after the frost bites them.
And persimmons.
And persimmons, yes. I was thinking about persimmons the other day.
I see all these people
Yeah.
already eating persimmons and stuff in places I know haven't had a frost.
Yeah.
And I just can't help but wonder, aren't they turning their mouth inside out eating those persimmons?
Because the persimmons are best after the frost bites them, so I'll be making some persimmon bread. I have to make a video for y'all. There's one floating around YouTube somewhere that I made last year, but persimmon bread is banging, y'all. It is so good.
It's
You make it
good.
kind of like zucchini bread, but it's with persimmon, so it's really good. But yeah,
And cornbread.
and cornbread.
We make a
But
persimmon.
I'm pretty tickled. We're all pretty tickled with what we got here. Banana peppers. The bell peppers I'm going to take in here and cut up and put them in my dehydrator and turn them into a powder. They're really good to cook with. Gonna hang all my herbs up to dry. The pumpkins can just go in the root cellar. And the sweet potatoes can just go in the root cellar as well. Thank you for watching today. I'm glad to be back, and hopefully more videos coming your way soon. So anyways, we'll see you on the next one. Talk to y'all next time.